supply blood to the heart, those arteries are called coronary arteries. Okay. The arteries that supply blood to the heart, those arteries are called coronary arteries. And if we develop some blockage in those coronary arteries, then that disease is called coronary artery disease. So this is the number one killer disease that we were talking about. So huge number of deaths happen annually because of this coronary artery disease. And the arteries that supply blood to the heart are called coronary arteries. And when we have some blockage in these coronary arteries, this is called coronary artery disease. So Palani or Kalevani, you would like to translate something if you feel there is requirement, or shall I carry on till now?
Yes, sir, you can carry on.
Okay.
மை டியர் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள் நம்ம ஞாபகத்துல வச்சுக்குவோம். என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட்ஸ் வந்து சரத் சௌத்ரி அவர்கள் சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறாரு. இருதயம், நம்மளோட இருதயம் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம். இந்த இருதயம் இல்லைன்னா திங்க் பண்ணி பாருங்க, இங்க எத்தனை பேருக்கு இங்க இருதயம் இருக்குது? வீடியோஸ் ஆன் பண்ணவங்க மட்டும்தான் சொல்ல முடியும், நான் பார்க்க முடியும். ரைட், எல்லாத்துக்குமே இருதயம் இருக்குது. இந்த இருதயம் ஹெல்தியா இருக்கிறதுக்கு உண்டான விஷயங்கள் தான் நீங்க இன்னைக்கு பாக்குறீங்க. இதுல முக்கியமான விஷயம் சரத் சௌத்ரி அவர்கள் சொல்றது என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, நீங்களும் நாங்களும் டாக்டர் இல்லை, சரிங்களா? அவங்க ஹார்ட்ட ஹெல்தியா வச்சுக்கிறதுக்கு உண்டான விஷயங்கள் மட்டும்தான் நம்ம இங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். ஓகேவா? ஓவர் டு யூ சரத்ஜி.
Yeah. So I hope Palani, you have given the disclaimer once again that we are not doctors, we do not have any medicines, so we are only going to talk that much which is available in the public domain. Great, thanks Palani. Now let's understand what is coronary artery disease, how it develops, and what we can do about this. So first let's talk about what are the signs and the symptoms of a coronary artery disease, or a person, how would a person would feel when he has a coronary artery disease being so the most commonest symptom or the sign is the chest pain or the angina. When somebody who has a CAD or a coronary artery disease, when he does some physical work, for example, he climbs some stairs, or he walks for some let's say meters, or he pick some weight, or he walks for some distance, he would immediately start to feel pain in the chest, especially in the left part of the body. Sometimes it's on the shoulder, sometimes it's on the entire leg, entire arm, sometimes it's on the back, and there's a shortness of breath also, there's a fatigue also. Because of the blockage in the coronary artery disease, the oxygen, the blood is not being supplied properly, and that's where all these challenges would come. And when there's a physical activity, demand of blood increases, and that's why the chest pain or the angina or the shortness of breath is there. There could also be muscle weakness.
Sharatji, sorry, I have put everyone in mute.
Got it. So there could be muscle weakness in the legs also, if the blockage is in the arteries which are supplying blood to the legs. Now this angina or chest pain is the most commonest symptom of the CAD. And sometimes it may occur on the right hand side, sometimes it may occur on the jaw also, sometimes it may occur on the back, but mostly it's on the left side. So if anybody who's over the age of 30 years or 35 years and above, and he starts to feel some pain on the left side after doing some physical activity, he should immediately see a doctor. So we are not saying that every chest pain is angina or every chest pain is a symptom of CAD. But if we have history of heart problems in our family, if we are overweight, if we are stressed because of our work, right, and if we are over the age of 30 or above, we should definitely see a doctor, and then doctor can tell you why this pain is there, because this is the most commonest sign of a CAD. And these are the risk factors, these are the risk factors because of which the incidences of CAD could increase. Persons who have high cholesterol level, they would have high risk of developing CAD. If I'm not eating proper diet, if my diet is rich in fats and sugar and salt, especially the saturated fat, I will have high risk of developing CAD. Aging, 30 years and above, 35 years and above, people would have higher risk. Lack of exercise, high blood pressure, family history, diabetes and smoking, these all factors contribute to developing coronary artery disease. For example, let's say I'm driving a bike in Delhi, right? Or I'm driving a bike in Chennai, and there's a huge traffic, and I do not follow any traffic rule. I drive at the speed of, let's say, 80 kilometers per hour. I do not wear a helmet. I do not follow any traffic signs. What percentage do you think I would have? What percentage of risk I would have of having an accident? Almost 100%, right? Because the risk factors are very, very high. But if I drive following all the traffic rules, I drive at the speed of 30 kilometers, I gave a signal before taking a left or a right, and I drive, carefully wearing a helmet, my risk of having an accident will decrease. Yes. So this is a list that we saw. If you have number of ticks on 2 or more points out of this list, we will have a risk of developing CAD also. The more the ticks are for you from this list, the more the risk you will have. So I'm going to ask, let's do an activity here. I'm going to show that list again, the risk factors. And you need to write in the chat box on how many factors you have marked a tick, or how many factors are true for you. So let's do this activity. I'll request everybody to do this. I'm sharing the screen again.
ஓகே டீம் இப்போ வந்து சார் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ இதுல வந்துட்டு நம்ம எத்தனை விஷயங்களுக்கு நம்ம வந்து டிக் மார்க் போட்டிருக்கோம் அப்படிங்கறத நீங்க சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல குவிக்கா சாட் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே.
Yeah, so anybody who knows their cholesterol level, let me tell you, if you are over the age of 35 years and above, and if you have a high cholesterol level, you'll have a huge risk of developing coronary artery disease. I think for diet, everybody could have a tick here because our diet is not good in today's time. Aging would also have a tick here because everybody is aging. Nobody has gone a Vardhan from Hanumanji that you will not age. Everybody is aging. Lack of exercise, you need to decide whether it's a tick or not. High blood pressure, if you have a tick for high blood pressure, you'll have a higher risk of developing CAD. Family history, someone from your family, whether from your mother's maternal side or from your paternal side, if anybody has problem of blood pressure or heart problem, we'll also be having higher risk of developing CAD. And then if I'm a diabetic or if I do smoking, I'll have a greater risk of developing CAD. So let's see. So Sunana ji has 3 ticks, Ram Vijayan ji has 4 ticks, Senthil ji has 3 ticks, which is aging, lack of exercise, family history. Okay, and I would say smoking also would be a tick for everybody. Although individually we are not smoking, but we are living in India, and in India many cities are highly polluted, especially the metros. So pollution is there. So I think smoking would be a tick for everybody. Yeah, so let's see how many ticks are there for other people also. Another 30 seconds maybe. So the greater the number of ticks on the risk factors, the greater the risk we will have. Yamini ji has 4 ticks, and those are high risk ticks. Those are high risk ticks. So you got a brief idea. You got a brief idea on what I'm talking about, right? So if I want to have a healthy heart, I need to reduce these risk factors. So if I can control my blood cholesterol, if I can have better diet, if I can focus on physical activity, if I can manage my blood pressure, if I can manage diabetes, if I can manage to have clean air, if I can manage to reduce the number of risk factors, I can manage to have a healthy heart. Good, you understand this? So any question anybody has, or everything is going over the head or inside the head? Okay, so I'll believe everything is going inside the head. So now let's understand how this blockage happens. So if I am not able to take care of the risk factors are there. What will happen in our arteries? So this is a normal clean artery that you can see. Blood is flowing freely. There is no blockage. But because of the excess cholesterol in blood, because of the other risk factors, this plaque starts to build up inside the artery. The same way our kitchen sink pipes gets blocked, the same kind of a blockage is happening inside. This the narrowing of artery, now you can see there is lesser space for the heart to move, for the blood to move, for the blood to transport. This narrowing of artery in technical terms is called atherosclerosis. And a time comes when there is 100% blockage of the artery, the blood will not be able to move further in the artery. The cells or the tissue will not get nutrients or the oxygen, and they will die immediately. And the person with this kind of situation will have a heart attack. Sometimes people very, very proudly say that I have a 90% blockage. Someone would say that I have a 80% blockage. The third person would say very proudly, I have blockage in 2 arteries, right? And you would have listened to some news also. You would have met a person about a week back. He was all good, talking very, very, happily. But after a week, we got the news that the person died. What happened? He had a heart attack. Now, why heart attack? Because the artery was almost 100% blocked. So this is what we are saying, coronary artery disease. This is what we are saying, and the process is called atherosclerosis. And this plaque buildup is primarily because of the cholesterol. Now, cholesterol, we all know it's a fat. It's a kind of a fat, a bad fat, which is very, very sticky. And because of the continuous buildup of the cholesterol, this plaque is getting formed and it is blocking the entire artery. So if you want to keep your heart healthy, we need to work on reducing these risk factors. If we can work on these risk factors, we can keep our heart healthy for a very long period of time. Of course, we will not be able to work on our aging, but definitely by using some nutrients, some antioxidants, we can slow down aging of the body. Now, this problem is very, very big in India. To tell you, 60% of the world's cardiac patients are Indians. India contributes about 18% to the world's population. But when it comes to the cardiac patients, the persons who are suffering from heart problems, about 60% of the world cardiac patients are Indians. We are number one. We are the leader. We are the world capital of heart diseases. See, we are already number one. So can we have a hand for ourselves? Can we have a clap for ourselves? Yes, Senthilji is laughing. This is, of course, this is nothing to be proud of. This is very, very bad of us, actually. We are only 18% of the world's population, but we are 60% of the world's cardiac patients. Why is this? Why Indians are very, very susceptible? To share some more data, Indians are at 3.4 times higher risk than Americans. We are at 6 times more risk than Chinese, 20 times more risk than Japanese. And for Indians, it can also occur at a lower cholesterol level. The basic reason is the, the kind of lifestyle that we live, the kind of diet that we have. You know, in India, and Palani can translate it in Tamil, but I can speak in Hindi. In India, it is being said that खेलोगे कूदोगे तो होगे खराब, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो बनोगे नवाब. So Palani, how would you speak this in Tamil?
சோ சரத் சார் சொன்னது வந்து பார்த்தோம்னா ஹிந்தில ஒரு சேயிங் இது. விளையாண்டோம்னா நம்ம வந்து கெட்டதா ஆகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. படித்தோம்னா சரியான விதத்துல நம்ம படித்தோம்னா நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ராஜாவாகிறதுக்கு கூட வாய்ப்புகள் நிறைய இருக்குதுன்னு சரத் சொல்றாரு. அது ஹிந்தில உள்ள ஒரு பழமொழி அது.
Yeah, so the point is that India is not a sports friendly country, right?
இது ஏன் சொல்ல வரோம்னா சின்ன பிள்ளையில இருந்தே நமக்கு இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்த கத்து கொடுத்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறார்கள். என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா விளையாட போறியா, சரிங்களா, நிறைய விஷயங்கள் உனக்கு வந்து படிப்பு மூலியமா தான் உனக்கு கிடைக்க போகுது, விளையாடலாம் போக வேண்டாங்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்த நம்ம மரபுலயே நமக்கு வந்து கத்து கொடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிற ஒரு விஷயம் தான். அதான் சரத் சார் சொல்றாரு.
And if you come to Punjab, right, you will see the BMI in the excess of 40s and 50s also. You know, we normally say that this person is from a khate pite ghar wala insan hai. He's from a very well-to-do family. You know, this only means the person is obese, right? So our lifestyle is not okay. Our food habits are not okay. And that is why we see that 60% of the cardiac patients are Indians. And there's another factor also. You know, if we compare the size of our artery, the diameter of our artery, the size of the artery or the diameter of artery for in case of Indians is narrower as compared to Americans or Africans. So they have a larger diameter artery, whereas in our case the arteries are already narrow. So the CAD may occur at a very low cholesterol levels also in our case. So we need to be more conscious. We need to be more conscious of what we are eating, what kind of exercise we are doing, right? Now let's talk about the main culprit, the major culprit, which is responsible mainly to develop this CAD, and that is high level of cholesterol in the blood, high cholesterol level. So this condition is called hypercholesterolemia. Hyper means excess, cholesterolemia means in the blood. So if I have this condition, which is hypercholesterolemia or high level of cholesterol in the blood for a longer period of time, I would definitely develop CAD, right? So if I have hypercholesterolemia or elevated levels of cholesterol in the blood for a longer period of time, I will develop CAD. So this is the main culprit. So let's talk about what is cholesterol. Let's understand what is cholesterol and how and what we can do. Now, cholesterol, as we've all discussed, cholesterol is a fat basically. It's a lipoprotein. It's a lipid or a lipoprotein. It's a kind of a fat. Now, if I see this word lipoprotein and I break this word in two, the first half says lipo. Lipo means lipid, which means fat, and protein, you all understand. So this fat is a combination of fat and lipid basically. And not all cholesterol is bad. There are some good cholesterol also. There are bad cholesterol also. So there are basically three types of cholesterol that we will discuss. The first one is HDL cholesterol, which is high density lipoprotein cholesterol. Now, HDL cholesterol is a good cholesterol. HDL cholesterol is good cholesterol. Then we have LDL cholesterol, which is low density lipoprotein cholesterol. This is bad cholesterol. And then we have a very low density lipoprotein, VLDL cholesterol. This is very bad cholesterol. So when I'm talking about my heart health, I need to increase HDL cholesterol in my blood because this is good, but I need to decrease or reduce LDL and VLDL cholesterol. LDL is bad, VLDL is very bad. So let me ask everybody, so out of 3 cholesterol, which one is good, which one is bad, and which one is very bad? Can you all write in the chat box? So which
Okay.
cholesterol is good?
ஸோ நம்ம உடம்புக்கு எந்த கொலஸ்ட்ரால் வந்துட்டு நல்ல கொலஸ்ட்ரால் அப்படிங்கறத சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல குவிக்கா போடுங்க. நல்லது எதுன்னு மட்டும் தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க.
HDL is good cholesterol. LDL is bad. And VLDL is very bad. Great. Now we've understood this, that HDL is good, LDL is bad, VLDL is very bad. But since you are on your way to become a health and wellness expert, why HDL is good, why LDL is bad, why VLDL is very bad? Any idea? Why HDL is
கொலஸ்ட்ரால்
good?
சாரி கொலஸ்ட்ரால் அப்படின்னு வரும்போதே வந்துட்டு நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச நாலேஜ் என்ன, கொலஸ்ட்ரால்னாலே கொழுப்பு சத்து, அது வந்து கெட்டது அப்படின்னு தானே நம்ம எல்லாமே சொல்லுவோம். சோ இதுல ஏன் குட் ஃபேட், பேட் ஃபேட், ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பேட் ஃபேட் அப்படின்லாம் வேற நம்ம சொல்லியிருக்கோம். அதுக்கான காரணம் என்ன அப்படிங்கறது தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. சோ உங்களோட அபிப்பிராயம் என்னவோ அதுக்கான காரணம், உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச விஷயங்களை நீங்க வந்துட்டு குயிக்கா சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல போடுங்க. எதனால இத வந்து நம்ம ஹெச்டிஎல் வந்துட்டு குட் ஃபேட்னு சொல்றோம், விஎல்டிஏல வந்துட்டு ரொம்பவே வெரி வெரி பேட் ஃபேட்னு சொல்றோம் அப்படிங்கறத வந்துட்டு நம்ம சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல போடுங்க.
Yeah, so let me give you some idea on why HDL good. So if you understand HDL, the full form is high density lipoprotein. So anything which has high density will be smaller in size, right? Anything which will have high density, very very dense, will be smaller in size. And in HDL the lipid quantity is lipid is less, but protein is on the higher side. But the LDL is low density. So anything which is having low density will have a larger molecule size. And VLDL is very low density. Anything which will have very low density will have a larger molecule size. So since HDL is smaller, more of protein, less of fat, LDL is larger, more of fat, less of protein, and VLDL is very very large, very high content of fat, very low content of protein. That is why the LDL and VLDL, they tend to block the artery, whereas HDL doesn't block the artery. So which one is good? HDL is good and LDL is bad. Now let's talk about heart health management, what we need to do. Heart. So these are the factors, risk factors. So I'm talking about this again. Now I've divided into 2 sections. On the left hand side, you are seeing the risk factors which we do not have any control upon. No, I can't change my gender. I can't go back to my childhood. I can't change my genetics, my race, and I cannot change my family history. So these are the things I do not have any control upon. But these are the things: high cholesterol levels, smoking, blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, alcohol intake, physical inactivity, and bad diet. I can definitely work on these things, right? So if I have a high cholesterol level, I can reduce my cholesterol level. If right now I'm smoking, I can quit smoking. I can manage my blood pressure. So these are the things that I have to work upon. So now let's first talk about the cholesterol levels. What are what should be the ideal, what are the ideal cholesterol levels, and what is the like borderline or the higher cholesterol levels? Now when we talk about HDL, so focus on the column HDL. HDL is a good cholesterol. So we are saying it should be 40 or higher. Anything less than 40 would be bad. So when you do your lipid profile, you get a report and it will mention HDL milligram per deciliter of the blood it should be 40 or higher. Anything less than 40 would be bad. But when it comes to LDL, anything higher than 100 would be bad. And anything lower than 100 would be good. Since LDL is bad, we need to maintain LDL within the ranges of less than 100. Okay, you getting my point? And when we talk about, total cholesterol, which is a, some total of HDL, LDL, and VLDL, then it should be less than 200. Anything which is over 200 would be considered as bad. So along with cholesterol, we have another fat which is called triglycerides. So triglyceride also should be below than 150. So like cholesterol, they contribute to the blockage. Triglycerides also, they contribute to CAD. So when you do your lipid profile, you get the cholesterol in your blood. You also get how much triglyceride you have in your blood. So is this okay? Is this okay? Any question here? Who would do their lipid profile now? The first thing that we have to do is to do a lipid profile test. You call any laboratory, they will come to your house, they will, take out some blood from your arteries, and they will do a test, and they will tell you how much cholesterol and triglycerides you have in your blood. So the first thing is to be aware. I know many of us wouldn't have done this lipid profile test by now, but I will request, if you are over the age of 35, definitely do lipid profile tests at least once a year, so that you are aware what is your cholesterol level. Many people who develop CAD, they do not even know what is their cholesterol level. You're getting my point? So who will contact a laboratory and will do a lipid profile test for themselves? Very nice. So Palani or Kalevani, can you repeat this, because this is very, very important, asking everybody to do a lipid profile test so
Yes.
that they know their cholesterol level.
ஸோ ஆக்சுவலி அந்த சார்ட்ல வந்து பாத்திருந்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, நமக்கு ஏன் வந்து ஹெச்டிஎல் வந்துட்டு குட் ஃபேட், எல்டிஎல் வந்து ரொம்ப பேட் ஃபேட், அதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு காமிச்சிருந்தாங்க. பிகாஸ் இதோட டென்சிட்டி, திக்னஸ் காரணமாக தான். ஸோ ஹெச்டிஎல்னும் போது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதுல வந்துட்டு ஹை டென்சிட்டி. ஸோ அதனால வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா டென்சிட்டி அதிகமா இருக்கும்போது அது வந்து ரொம்ப ஷார்ட்டா சின்னதா இருக்கும். ஸோ நம்மளோட எந்த விதமான பாதிப்பும் நமக்கு இருக்காது. பட் லோ டென்சிட்டி, வெரி லோ டென்சிட்டி இருக்கும்போது பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதோட சைஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கும். ஸோ அதனால வந்துட்டு நமக்கு வந்து பாதிப்புகள் ஜாஸ்தி. அண்ட் நம்மளோட இதை வந்து எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்றது அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, எஸ் கண்டிப்பா நம்ம லிப்பிட் ப்ரொஃபைல் டெஸ்ட் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பிளட் டெஸ்ட் இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த டெஸ்ட் வந்துட்டு நம்ம பண்ணும்போது பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பா நமக்கு நம்மளோட நமக்கே ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். அண்ட் இத வந்து கம்பல்சரி அண்ட் என்ன சொல்றது, 35 இயர்ஸ் பிளஸ் இருக்கவங்க எல்லாருமே கம்பல்சரி இந்த டெஸ்ட் வந்து வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை கண்டிப்பா நம்ம எடுத்துக்கணும். இஃப் யூ ரியலி உண்மையாவே நீங்க வந்துட்டு உங்களோட ஹார்ட் ஹெல்த்துக்கோ சரி, இல்ல உங்களோட பர்சனல் ஹெல்த்துக்கு நீங்க வந்து ரெஸ்பெக்ட் கொடுக்குறீங்க அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பா வந்துட்டு இந்த டெஸ்ட் நம்ம அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒன்ஸ் இன் இயர் நம்ம எடுத்துதான் ஆகணும். சோ அப்பதான் நம்மளுக்கே தெரியும் நம்மளோட டயட் எப்படி இருக்கு, நம்மளோட கொலஸ்ட்ரால் லெவல்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கு, நம்ம கரெக்டான ஹெல்தி லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் தான் நம்ம வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கோமா அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு நமக்கு ஒரு ரிப்போர்ட்ல தான் கிடைக்கும். சோ தயவு செய்து அந்த லிப்பிட் ப்ரொஃபைல் டெஸ்ட் நீங்க எடுக்கணும். ஓகே, so yes, over to you Sharadji.
Okay, so now let's talk about what we can do to keep our cholesterol in the healthier ranges. So the first thing is diet control. Now, cholesterol is found in diets which are derived from animals. No plant diet will have cholesterol. No plant has cholesterol. Anything which is non-plant, which is derived from animals, has cholesterol. Especially the saturated fats. Those are higher in cholesterol, right? So we need to take control of our diet. So I would request everyone to move towards more of a plant-based diet. Okay, even milk also has cholesterol. And replace saturated fats with healthy fats. And eat more of fibers. So fiber, what they do, they, when we eat food and we are also having fibers within our food, fiber will attach to the fats in our food, and fibers are not digested. Just give me a second. Just give me a second.
சோ இந்த கொலஸ்ட்ரால் லெவல் எல்லாம் நம்ம எப்படி வந்து கண்ட்ரோல்ல வச்சுக்கிறது? நம்ம வந்து லிபிட் ப்ரொஃபைல் டெஸ்ட் எடுத்துடுறோம். சோ அதை நம்ம கண்ட்ரோல்ல வச்சுக்கணும்ல. சோ அது என்ன, அதுக்கான ப்ரொசீஜர்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராசஸே என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா டயட் கண்ட்ரோல் தான். சோ டயட் கண்ட்ரோல் அப்படின்னு வரும்போது கொழுப்பு சத்து இருக்கிற உணவு வந்துட்டு நம்ம கொஞ்சம் தவிர்க்கணும். சோ அந்த மாதிரி விதத்துல பார்க்கும்போது பிளான்ட் பேஸ் தாவரத்துல கிடைக்கல, தாவரத்துல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா நமக்கு கீரை வகைகள் இல்ல காய்கறிகள், இதுல பழங்கள், இதுல எல்லாம் வந்துட்டு நமக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஃபேட்டி சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் கிடையாது. அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் தட் நம்ம சாப்பிடுற மீட் ஆகட்டும் இல்ல வந்து பால், இதுல பால் ஐட்டம்ல கூட பாத்தீங்கன்னா நமக்கு நிறைய ஃபேட்டி சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்கு. சோ இது எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு நமக்கு பாடியில கொலஸ்ட்ரால் சேர்றதுக்கு நமக்கு ரொம்பவே வந்துட்டு நிறைய சான்சஸ் இருக்கு. அண்ட் நிறைய நார்ச்சத்து இருக்கிற உணவுப் பொருட்களை தான் நம்ம சாப்பிடணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. சோ அதை பத்தி தான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம். சோ எஸ், ஓவர் டு ஷரத்ஜி. ஃபைபர்.
Yeah, so the other thing is to manage your weight. Now we have seen if you reduce your weight, if you decrease your weight, your HDL increases and your LDL decreases. Just give me a second.
Yeah, please.
Kalyamani, just take it for 1 minute, please.
Yes. So இங்க வந்து நார்ச்சத்தை பத்தி சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. சோ நார்ச்சத்து அப்படின்னும் போது பாத்தீங்கன்னா நார்ச்சத்து அது அந்த கொழுப்பு சத்து நம்மளோட அந்த ஆர்டரிஸ்ல படிஞ்சிருக்கு இல்லையா, இந்த கொழுப்பு சத்தை என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படின்னா நார்ச்சத்து வந்து அதை அறுத்து கொண்டு போயிட்டு நமக்கு வந்து என்ன சொல்றது, நம்ம யூரின் மூலியமாவோ இல்ல மோஷன் மூலியமாவோ அது கெட்ட கொழுப்புகள் அந்த டாக்ஸின்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் அது வெளியே ஏற்றிடும். சோ அதுதான் இந்த ஃபைபரோட கண்டென்ட். சோ நார்ச்சத்து நம்ம எடுக்கும் போது நிறைய ஜீரணம் ஆகிறதுக்கு நமக்கு ஃபைபர் கண்டென்ட் வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. காரணம் என்னன்னா தேவையில்லாத விஷயங்கள் நம்ம உடம்புல இருக்கிறத வந்துட்டு இந்த நார்ச்சத்து மூலியமா தான் நம்ம வந்து கட் பண்ணி எடுக்க முடியும். சோ ஃபைபர் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அவசியம். அண்ட் அதுக்கு அடுத்தது வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா வெயிட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். சோ வெயிட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல வந்துட்டு கொலஸ்ட்ரால் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப மேஜரான ஒரு ரோல் பிளே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. சோ அதை பத்தியும் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். அண்ட் மோர் ஓவர் எஸ், ஃபேட் அப்படின்னு நம்ம நிறைய பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். சோ ஃபேட்டி சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ பத்தி ஷரத் சார் சொல்லும் போது ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள் வந்துட்டு நான் நோட் பண்ண விஷயம் என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, நமக்கு குட் ஃபேட்டும் வேணும், பேட் ஃபேட்ஸ் நம்மளோட பாடியில இருக்கு. பட் குட் ஃபேட் நமக்கு வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. இந்த பேட் ஃபேட் வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ரொம்பவே பிசுபிசுப்பு தன்மை ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கும், ஒட்டிக்கிற தன்மை வந்துட்டு ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. சோ தட் நம்மளோட ஆர்டரிஸ் அந்த ரத்த குழாய்கள்ல
Yes. So along with diet control, if we manage our weight, we increase the HDL level, we decrease the LDL levels, and also exercise. Now, this goes without saying. The critical thing to keep your cholesterol levels in the optimal ranges is to do exercise. And the suggestive amount of exercise is 30 minutes, at least 5 days in a week. So if you're active for 30 minutes in a 5 days a week, doing proper exercise like brisk walking or cycling or jogging or swimming, then you would see that your cholesterol level would improve. And then if you're smoking, you stop smoking and you will be able to reverse your cholesterol level. Now, the other health parameter apart from cholesterol is blood pressure. We had already seen in the risk factors also that if somebody has a high elevated blood pressure, he would have a higher risk of developing coronary artery disease. So this is one of the biggest reason of developing heart problems later on when people they do not take care of the blood pressure, right? So blood pressure, we usually say 80 by 120 or 90 by 140. So blood pressure is, there are two numbers basically. We have a top number, which is systolic, and then we have a bottom number, which is diastolic. So when our heart beats and lub sound is there, and then when it relaxes, the dub sound is there. So lub, dub, lub, dub. So when the heart contracts, it is the systolic. When it relaxes, then it is the diastolic. Okay, so it should be 120 by 80. So 120 systolic is the top number, 80 is the diastolic number. Anything which is over 120 by 80 would be considered not normal. Now, some people would say, ki, yaar, mere liye, for me, 90 is a normal. For me, 160 is a normal. No. Anything over 120 by 80 will not be considered normal. And if we do not manage our heart, our blood pressure, it will have a bad impact on the arteries, the walls, the strength of the walls, the elasticity of the walls will reduce, and we'll have a higher risk of developing heart problems later on. So what to do to manage blood pressure? Very, very important is to have a well-balanced diet that is low in salt. Salt or sodium, it increases blood pressure. So we need to take care of what we are eating. Limit your alcohol, increase your physical activity, goes without saying. Manage your stress level, have a healthy weight, quit smoking, and very, very important, if you see the last line, if doctor has recommended you medication for managing your blood pressure, please take your medications properly. Do not be hesitant of starting medication. So many people would say, I don't want to start my medicine, but they will not have their blood pressure in control. So it will have a very, very bad impact. So the first priority is to have blood pressure in control. If someone is able to control the blood pressure, manage the blood pressure by exercise, by yoga, by diet, very good. If it's not being happening, then medications are required. So these are two most, main, I would say, health parameters when it comes to the heart health, the cholesterol level in the blood, and the blood pressure. And the third main health parameter when it comes to heart health is the weight. How much I weigh, what is my weight? And we all know if I'm overweight, then I'll have a higher risk of developing heart problems. And how would you know whether you are underweight, you have a normal weight, or you are overweight? How would you know? The only way to know this is through a formula which is called body mass index. So I'm sharing this formula with you right now, and I would request everybody to calculate your BMI through this formula. And this is very, very simple. The formula is, and I'm writing in the chat box also, the formula is your weight in kgs, your weight in kilograms, divided by height in meter square. Your weight in kgs divided by your height in meter square. So Kalyamani, let's take some example. If anybody, any volunteer wants to share his or her weight and her height, his or her height, then we can tell them about their BMI. Any volunteer who would like to share the weight and height? Okay.
யாராவது வாலண்டியர்ஸ் உங்களோட height weight வந்துட்டு ஷேர் பண்றீங்க அப்படினா
Samaira ji, the weight is 65 and what's your height, ma'am? Height is 5.1. So we need to convert 5 feet 1 inches to meters. So just a second. 5 feet. Okay. So in meters, it comes to be 1.56. And the formula says weight in kgs divided by height in meter square. So just give me a second.
Meanwhile, அடுத்தவங்க எல்லாரும் குயிக்கா உங்களோட BMI கால்குலேட் பண்ணி chat box
what was the weight for Samaira ji?
Weight was
65. 65 divided by 2.4. So ma'am, your BMI is 27. And if I share the screen again, and you see the 27 BMI is in the range of overweight, right? So we need to reduce some weight to get into the normal category of weight. Let's take another example. Let's take example for Padma Priya ji. Height is 5.2. Let me convert 5.2 in the meters first. So 1.58. So 1.58 times 1.58, 2.49. 84 divided by 2.49. Padma Priya ji, your BMI is 33, which is like obese, right? So we again need to take care, right? So this is the formula: weight in kgs divided by height in meters square. So will everybody be able to do this? Or if you're not able to calculate this yourself, then we have a very, very good tool available with us, which is the Well Wheel of Nutrition. So in the Well Wheel of Nutrition, I'm not able to show you that tool right now, but we have a very, very simple table through which you can get to know your BMI. Good? So so any question, anything on this? So again, would you be able to do it? Kalevani, I think you can
Yes,
help
yes.
your consultants. Yeah. So let's
Yes,
move
yes.
forward. Now, if we are overweight, what we need to do? How can we reduce our body weight? Let me share the screen. So sharing some tips on reducing body weight. Eat a high protein breakfast. Usually our breakfasts are high in sugars, high in fats, but we need to have a high protein breakfast. Avoid sugary drinks and fruit juices. In fact, instead of a fruit juice, I would recommend you to eat full fruit. No, instead of having, let's say carrot juice or maybe orange juice, I would request you to have a complete orange fruit or a carrot, full fruit, because it is full of fibers. Juices are like more of water. And when you are eating meal, drink water half an hour before your meals, eat more of fibers, drink green tea, and eat natural, whole, unprocessed foods. The processed food that we get from the market ready to eat, those are very, very high in sugars and salts and fats. Eat your food slowly and weigh yourself every day. And again, 150 minutes exercise per week, which is about 30-minute exercise 5 days a week. That is absolutely required. And you can increase your exercise, you can increase the intensity of exercise as and when you feel. So this was something about heart health, a basic information about heart health. What is the main problem? What are the three health parameters? We talked about cholesterol, we talked about blood pressure, we talked about BMI, how CAD develops, what are the risk factors. So anything, if you want to ask till now, whatever we've talked till now, anything, any question, any confusion you have, then we can move on to our products after this.
சோ இது வரைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு புரியல, ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள் ஏதாவது புரியாம இருந்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது சந்தேகங்கள் இருந்தாலும் சரி, நீங்க தாராளமா அதை வந்துட்டு கேட்கலாம். சோ சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல உங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு உங்களோட டவுட்ஸ் நீங்க ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணலாம். இல்ல டவுட்ஸ் இல்லனாலும் இல்ல அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு வார்த்தை நம்ம வந்து ஃபர்தரா நம்ம ப்ராடக்ட்ஸை பத்தி பாக்குறதுல நம்ம ஹெல்ப் பண்ணோம். சோ ப்ளீஸ் உங்களோட டவுட், உங்களுக்கு புரியாத விஷயங்கள் ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா ப்ளீஸ் சொல்லுங்க.
Yeah.
Yes. So
clear? All
we can
clear?
proceed, right? Yes.
Right.
Yes,
so now this
Sharathji,
is
it's
basic
clear.
information about heart health, and I would request everybody to do exercise and take care of your diet and take care of your weight, and then we would need some supplements. These supplements will only work if we are doing other things also. So if I'm not exercising, if I'm not taking care of my weight, if I'm not concerned about my diet, these supplements also will not work. Okay, so this is not magic. So these will only work if we are, if we are holistically trying to take care of our heart. So now we will talk about few supplements that we have in Well range, which are very, very good for heart. The first one is Cardio Active. Now, Cardio Active, it has 6 herbs The first one is Arjuna, which works as a tonic for our heart. It supports normal blood pressure. It also strengthens our heart muscles so that the contraction and the relaxation is proper. The heartbeat is proper. Then it has Google. It helps us to maintain proper cholesterol level, decreases LDL, triglyceride, and increases HDL. Ashwagandha, it also helps to reduce stress, but also helps to maintain proper lipid profile. Then we have Anar. Anar is a very, very potent antioxidant. It increases our immunity and it protects LDL cholesterol from being oxidized so that it doesn't stick to the inner lining of the artery. So it basically slows down the process of atherosclerosis or slows down the process of blockage of arteries. Then we have in Cardioactive another herb which is called Gotu Kola. Gotu Kola helps to improve the blood circulation. And then we have Shank Bhasma. Shank Bhasma is naturally rich in calcium, iron, and magnesium, and it again strengthens heart muscles. So these 6 herbs works in a complementary fashion to each other and helps to give us a healthy heart. So anybody who has a heart can take this Cardioactive, one tablet twice a day. One tablet twice a day. So the first product is Cardioactive. So any question, anything you want to ask on this product? Simple product. GFM Vivek has one question. Vivek ji, you can ask please.
விவேக் சார், உங்களோட கொஸ்டின்ஸ் என்ன நீங்க வந்துட்டு chat பாக்ஸ்ல போடலாம், இல்ல நீங்க அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு கேட்கணும் அப்படினாலும் ஓகே, கேட்கலாம். Yes, we can proceed.
Okay. Now the second heart healthy product is garlic pearls. So we usually eat garlics, small garlic, little bit of garlic, and garlics are meant to have, compounds which can reduce LDL cholesterol. So there's a compound in garlic called allicin. Allicin reduces LDL cholesterol and increases HDL cholesterol. And it's very, very good antioxidant, good for our digestion also, good for our immunity also. But if you really need that much amount of allicin, which can actually lower LDL cholesterol, then you need to eat a full, what do you call, a bunch of garlic, a full bunch of garlic every day, which is not possible for many of us. This garlic, although this is very, very good for heart health, it has a very, very pungent smell also. And there's a there's a very, very bad odor also once we eat garlic. So this is not practically possible. So what we have done is we have bought you garlic pulse, which has the goodness of garlic without the challenge of bad breath. So this garlic pearls has the goodness of garlic, goodness of allicin, without the challenge of bad breath. So it may help you to reduce your LDL and triglyceride levels, and also increases our immunity to protect ourselves from cough, cold, flu, allergies. Combats plaque formation, atherosclerosis. You would have remembered these terms from the artery blockage slides that we had shown you. It also protects us against free radicals, promotes better blood circulation, and gives us energy, stamina, strength, helps to control blood pressure, regulate blood sugar, and there is no harsh or bad odor. So everybody who has a heart, who wants to be healthy, can take 1 to 2 soft gel twice a day. So it could be 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, could be 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, depending upon your, weight, your dietary pattern, what do you think, how much garlic pearls you need? But the minimum is 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So we've discussed about 2 products till now. The first one is Cardioactive. The second one is garlic pearls. Let's talk about the third product, which is flax oil. Now, this is an amazing, amazing product. Flax oil, of course, it's an oil of flax seeds. and it has omega fatty acids, especially omega 3, which is alpha linoleic acid. Now, this alpha linoleic ALA is usually not available in oils that we consume. We get some amount of omega 6, we get omega 9, which is like a non-essential, but this omega 3 is usually not available in any usual cooking oils that we consume. And this omega 3 ALA is very good for heart, it's good for eyes, good for skin, good for hair, good for joints, and good for overall body. It also helps to reduce blood cholesterol and triglyceride levels, and also good for the overall digestive system also, and protects against the effects of aging. So how much can we take? 2 to 3 soft gels every day. So we've talked about 3 products now. So Cardioactive, garlic pearls, and flax oil. So 1 to 3 or maybe 2 to 3 soft gels every day, you can take this product. So any question till now before we move on to some other product? So 3 products that we've talked about for which are heart healthy. Let me repeat again. The first one is, if you can write in the chat box, Cardioactive. So cardio means heart, active means healthy. The second is garlic pearls, and the third one is flax oil. Good. Shall we move forward? So Cardioactive, garlic pearls, and flax oil. And if I want, I can take all these 3 products together also. So if I want to give priority, I can give priority. If I want to take 1 product, then I can take Cardioactive. If I can take 2, I can take cardio plus garlic. If I want to take 3, I can take all 3 together also. Kalevani, just take care for 1 minute. I need to bring the charger back.
Yeah, sure. So yes, so இது வரைக்கும் உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே புரிஞ்சிருக்கும்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். இன்கேஸ் புரியல அப்படின்னா தயவு செய்து உங்களோட டவுட், சந்தேகங்கள் எதா இருந்தாலும் நீங்க வந்து சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல போடுங்க. ஓகே, சோ நம்ம ஒன்ஸ் ஷரத் சார் வந்ததும் வந்துட்டு நம்ம வந்து டவுட் கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். ஓகே, சோ தேவையில்லாத அன்னெசரி டவுட்ஸ் கேட்டு நம்ம வந்துட்டு இந்த செஷனை வந்துட்டு நம்ம வீணடிக்கிறதோட நம்மளுக்கு முக்கியமான டவுட்ஸ், ஸோ இது வந்து ரொம்ப அத்தியாவசியம் அப்படின்னு நமக்கு தெரியணும். ஸோ நம்மளோட டவுட்ஸ் மற்றவங்களுக்கும் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். அண்ட் என்னென்ன டவுட் இருக்கோ தயவு செய்து உங்களோட குவைரிஸ், உங்களோட டவுட்டை வந்து சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல போடுங்க. ஸோ தட் நம்ம லேர்னிங்க்கு ஃபர்தரா அது ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும்.
Okay, so you can take these products, anytime. So Cardioactive is before meals. Ideally, should be before meals. But flax oil or garlic pearls you can take as per your choice, anytime during the day. And for Cardioactive also, ideally it is before meals, but if you forget, you can take it, after meals also, so no issue. Omega 3, yes, Ram Vijayan ji, omega 3 is very good for brain health also. So it is good for brain, good for heart, overall health, in fact. Yeah, Yamini ji, it is okay, but you need not skip your blood pressure medicine. Take your all medications properly as advised by doctor. Now let's talk about other products briefly. The other product that we have very, very good for heart is all plant protein powder. We all know that protein is the basic fundamental nutrient that we need. But major sources of proteins are non-veg. And non-veg is rich in cholesterol and triglyceride. So we need a protein supplement which has 0 cholesterol, 0 triglycerides, 0 fats, 0 sugar, but very high quantity of protein and very, very highly absorbable. That product is all plant protein powder. Since this is all plant, nothing from animals, not even milk, this is 0 in cholesterol, 0 in fat, 0 in triglycerides, 0 in sugar. It has 98% digestibility. And it has no taste, no flavor, no texture. You can mix all plant protein powder with anything that you eat. You can mix it in, you can of course make a shake, mix it with water, milk, or you can, you can mix all plant protein powder with the flour. You can make chapatis or whatever you eat. Another 10 minutes, we would be ending our presentation. The next product after all plant protein powder, that is again very good for heart health, is multivitamin, multi-mineral tablets. Now we know that to be healthy, we need to take balanced diet. And when we talk about balanced diet, we need vitamin, we need minerals. So multivitamin, multi-mineral has 12 vitamins, 8 minerals, and 6 phytonutrients and 2 amino acids. So these are protective nutrients, energy giving nutrients and protective nutrients also. So once we have good nutrition available to our body is able to recover from many diseases. So along with cardio, along with flax, along with garlic, protein, multivitamin is another product that we always would request everybody to start with. So these are the 5 heart healthy nutrients that we talked about. Along with this, I will also suggest everybody to use, if you're trying to manage your weight, trying to reduce your weight, we have a very, very good product which you can use as a replacement to sugar. Any idea what I'm talking about? Which product I'm talking about? Any idea? So without compromising on the taste, without compromising on the sweet tooth that you have, you can actually reduce down the calories, and that product is stevia powder. Absolutely. And we all know if we are able to manage our weight, we can have a healthy heart for a longer period of time. So instead of sugar, use stevia powder that we have. Then we also have quinoa. Quinoa is very rich in protein, very rich in vitamins, minerals, but has a very low glycemic index, right? And high fiber. And this everything contributes to a healthy weight, which ultimately is a factor to have a healthy heart. So quinoa is like, we eat wheat or like we eat rice. Quinoa is also a staple food in Americas, right? So you can use it as a snack, you can use it as a meal for your breakfast, for your lunch, and you can garnish it with vegetables, with other things, and it's a very, very tasty, very, very healthy product, quinoa. So instead of having unhealthy snacks, for example, the processed snacks that we get from market, so for snack also you can use quinoa. So you can start your breakfast with quinoa maybe, or maybe in between meals you can take quinoa. So I leave it to you. How would you want to have it? But instead of having high sugar, high fat, high cholesterol rich diet as a snack, try to use quinoa in between meals. And all these supplements, all these things would work once you focus on exercise also, on your diet control also, and your stress control also. And with this, we can have a healthy heart for a longer period of time. But I would request one thing from you. Before you talk to your consultants, before you talk to your downlines, your prospects, focus on your health, right? Work on yourself, reduce your weight. Let's become a product of the product. Once we are selling supplements, we also need to use these supplements. It cannot happen that I go to somebody and I say, sir, please take this product. This will give you lots of energy and very, very good energy, and you'll have stamina across the day. And I myself am feeling energyless. Would it sell? No. So let's become product of the product. Use these products yourself, increase your knowledge, and we will continue this sessions in the future also, because in one session we'll not be able to understand everything about the health, but we have started our journey towards becoming a health and wellness consultant. So this was from my side. Over to Kalemani for the closing remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sharatji. Thank you so much. This was a very good training for us. And yes, so team, நமக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப அழகா வந்துட்டு ஹார்ட் ஹெல்த் பத்தின ஒரு அவேர்னஸ், நம்ம நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இன்னைக்கு புதுசா நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம இன்னைக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கோம். ஓகே, அதுக்கான முக்கிய காரணம் வந்துட்டு இந்த ஒரு ட்ரைனிங் செஷன் தான். சோ அதுக்கு கண்டிப்பா நீங்க எல்லாருமே உங்களோட நன்றி கடனை தெரிவிக்க வேண்டிய தருணம் இது. சோ உங்களோட உங்களோட கமெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே வெல்கம். அண்ட் ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா தயவு செய்து சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல போடுங்க. சோ தட் இன் another 2-3 மினிட்ஸ்க்குள்ள நம்ம வந்துட்டு உங்களோட டவுட்ஸ் கிளாரிஃபை பண்ண பார்க்கலாம். ஓகே, சோ இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்த்தது வந்து ஹார்ட் ஹெல்த் ஒர்க் ஷாப், ரைட்? சோ நமக்கு முக்கியமானது ஹார்ட். நம்மளோட பிசினஸ்க்கு முக்கியமான ஹார்ட் யாரு? நம்மளோட டவுன்லைன்ஸ், நம்மளோட லைஃப் லைன்ஸ், ரைட்? சோ நம்ம கத்துக்கிட்ட விஷயங்களை அவங்க கிட்ட நம்ம டூப்ளிகேட் பண்ணும் போதுதான் இது கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகுது. இந்த ட்ரைனிங் வந்து நம்ம கத்துக்கிட்டது வந்து கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகும். ஓகே, சோ நிறைய ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. நிறைய வந்துட்டு பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்காக நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்காக வந்துட்டு அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க கம்பெனி. சோ நீங்க இன்னைக்கு நீங்க கத்துக்கிட்ட விஷயங்களை வந்துட்டு நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட டவுன்லைன்ஸ் கிட்ட நீங்க எப்படி கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கிறீங்களோ, தனியா ஒரு செஷன் வைங்க. நீங்க கத்துக்கிட்ட விஷயங்களை வந்துட்டு உங்களோட டவுன்லைன்ஸ்க்கு, அதாவது உங்களோட ஹார்ட் ஆஃப் தி பிசினஸ்க்கு நீங்க வந்துட்டு ஒரு ஹார்ட் ஹெல்த் ஒர்க் ஷாப் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. சோ தட் நமக்கு வந்துட்டு இன்னுமே பிசினஸ் வந்துட்டு வளர்றதுக்கும் சரி, அவங்களோட ஹெல்தி லைஃப் ஸ்டைலுக்கும் நம்ம வந்து ஒரு சப்போர்ட்டா இருக்கும். அண்ட் ஷரத்ஜி, we have some questions here.
Yeah, please.
So Sunaina is asking, can we have a supplement without doctor's prescription?
So if somebody is under the care of a doctor and he's having some acute problem, right? I will not recommend giving you to give him a glass of water also. So everything that he has to eat, he has to drink, it has to be, as per the doctor's advice. For example, if somebody has just undergone a bypass surgery, so I will not recommend anything to him from my side. Okay, so if somebody is under the treatment of a doctor, is in the hospital, do not recommend anything. Okay, but if somebody has a chronic problem, he may have diabetes for 10 years, he may have blood pressure for 20 years, so you can of course suggest him supplements, but not for the cure or for the treatment. Okay, only supplement fulfill the only as supplement support by lifestyle. Treatment is that but my life to a single, right? So maybe in a day you can take 5, 6, 7, 8 supplements, or maybe you can switch on, switch off some supplements, right? But do not take 19 supplements altogether. But yeah, 5, 6 supplements you can definitely take, and any supplement can be taken with any other supplement.
Few more questions. These are the basic questions. So whenever people are having angioplasty or angiogram, okay, or some asthma disease, are they can take this all supplements?
No, so angioplasty, angiography, that's what I told. These are acute problems.
Yes.
In asthma also, if somebody has an asthma attack, that time it's acute. So you don't intervene. Okay, if somebody asks you, tell me I have an angioplasty, what should I take? Go to doctor.
Yes. So Saravanan sir and Bhanumati ma'am என்ன சொல்லிருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா, சார் வந்துட்டு so angiogram ஆகட்டும் இல்ல வந்துட்டு வேற ஏதாவது ரொம்ப சீரியஸான
anybody who is under the care of a doctor, you should not become a doctor yourself.
ஓகே, சோ இது எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு நம்மளோட இல்னஸ் கேட்டகரியில வரும். நான் நிறைய தடவை சொல்லியிருக்கேன், இல்னஸ் வேற. சோ இல்னஸ் அப்படின்னும் போது நம்ம வந்து டாக்டரோட அட்வைஸ் இல்லாம நம்ம எடுக்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தவறுதலான ஒரு விஷயம். சோ நமக்கு நம்மளே டாக்டர் ஆக வேண்டாம், டாக்டர் கிட்ட அட்வைஸ் கேட்டுட்டு நம்ம வந்து எடுத்துக்கிறது ரொம்ப நல்லது. ஓகே,
yeah,
yes. So thank you so much, Sharaji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kalemani. Thanks to all the leaders for their participation, for your patient listening. I know this topic was not a motivational topic per se. There was no clappings, there was no energy going on, but You wanted to learn, so thanks for your patience and thanks for your learning attitude. And this much I know, that if we talk to our consult downlines or to our customers, prospects with proper information, with proper knowledge, with confidence, they would definitely take your product. And before you sell, let's use these products ourselves also. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Bala.
you so much. Thank you so much, Sharatji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So team,